The Indianapolis Colts select Ryan Kelly, center, Alabama.
The Indianapolis Colts select T.Y.
Here, Indiana move. We from Indiana move. We from Indiana move. I'm an Indiana move.
Touchdown, I-N-D-Y. And he lost the ball. There's a fumble. Who's got it? The officials say the Colts do. Right seat win, baby. Lobs it way downfield, intercepted, coming forward and making the INT for the Colts in the back end. To see the Colts win Super Bowl. Hey, win on three. 1, 2, 3, win!
Welcome back to the channel. This is Marcus Sniffles, and today, well, not today, but at the time that we're recording this, you guys are going to hear about two Colts legends retiring. Now, as someone who's been a Colts fan since I was in middle school, going into high school, the older you get and the more you're a fan of these teams, the more players you start to watch, get drafted, watch their entire careers, watch them go into the Hall of Fame or the Ring of Honor and get their jersey retired. So as I get older, these kind of moments kind of mean a little bit more, and they become a little bit more sentimental, and you really kind of enjoy the journey that you had with these players that wore the horseshoe. And today we're going to be talking about T.Y. Hilton and Ryan Kelly. They both retired this year. Both longtime Colts. Both changed the culture in Indianapolis. But we'll talk about Ryan Kelly and T.Y. Hilton. But before we get to them, I kind of was thinking when it came to these two particular players, will they get their jerseys retired? And are they going to be Ring of Honor players? Now, I kind of looked up the players that have their jerseys retired already, and it's a lot of old players like Johnny Unitas, Lenny Moore, Jim Parker, Raymond Berry, players that I didn't grow up watching. Now, the player that I did grow up watching, whose jersey is already retired, is 18, Peyton Manning. He's the only player that has their jersey retired from like the modern era, the Super Bowl era, whatever you want to call it, my era of Colts football. So if being a Hall of Fame player, if being, top 5 in your position ever, being a top 10 overall player ever is the standard to get your jersey retired, it's highly unlikely that T.Y. Hilton and Ryan Kelly get their jerseys retired. But we can't act like they didn't have great careers here in Indy. Now, it is hard to look up, stats for offensive linemen like Ryan Kelly. As a center, you can't really put up numbers. You can't get yards, you can't get touchdowns, you can't get carries, yards per carry, yards per catch, all these kind of passing yards. You don't get stats. You're nameless and faceless unless you get called for holding. Now, Ryan Kelly was a 4-time Pro Bowler, and once he got drafted, you can kind of see the culture with the offensive line start to shift. Because before he got there, the offensive line was one way. Once he got there, it improved a little bit, and then it gradually started to get better, and then you start adding Quentin Nelsons and the Braden Smiths, the Tanner Bordolinis, all the other linemen that we were able to bring in, Tony Sperano. You can see that the offensive line start to really improve over time, and it started with Ryan Kelly. He changed that culture, or he was the main cog in that machine that helped fix that. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys something. About 90% of you guys that watch this video are not subscribed to the channel. Don't be a weirdo. Subscribe to the channel. Don't be part of the 90%. Be a part of the 10%. And let's get that 10% to 90%. So 90% of you guys that are watching are actually subscribed. That would help me out a lot. Cost you nothing. It's free, and I'd appreciate it. And then you look at T.Y. Hilton. I mean, a 3rd-round pick. He has 5 1,000-yard seasons, 61st all-time in yards, 9,800 yards receiving, 53 touchdowns, 4-time Pro Bowler, led the league in receiving yards in 2016. I mean, statistically, he's the 3rd greatest receiver in Indianapolis Colts history behind Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne. That is a very high standard to reach. to be one of the best receivers to wear the horseshoe, that's a high level to reach. Like, we're talking 2 top 10 wide receivers all time, and T.Y. Hilton comes in number 3 for the Colts with that amount of yards. And a lot of my favorite memories come from, you know, what T.Y. Hilton was able to do against the Texans. Like, just him tormenting them every game. Like, I think on average, he averaged like 8 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown every game. But then he had like a few games where he had like 175 yards, 199 yards, 223 yards. He had a 3 touchdown game with 12 catches. Like, he would just dominate the Texans year after year. And it was just a thing where the Texans knew that he was getting the ball, but they cannot stop the Ghost. The Ghost was unstoppable in Houston. I don't know what it was about them and him in Houston. He's not from there. He's from Florida. But every time we played the Texans, you just knew that T.Y. Hilton was going to go off no matter what. And we all remember, like, he wore the clown mask and he went out there and showed out, and we went out there and won the game. I'm glad we did, because if we would have lost that game, that would have been an embarrassment. But at the end of the day, T.Y. Hilton is a Colts great. Ryan Kelly is a Colts great. And let's just go over the players and coaches who are in the Ring of Honor right now. You made it this far. If you have not liked the video at this point, what are you waiting for? Just like the video. Hit the like button right now. I'm talking to you. Make sure you like the video and subscribe and drop a comment. All that stuff. This is a threat. Not a threat, a warning. But it could be a threat. Just do it. Obviously, Robert and Jim Irsay are in there. We have Bill Brooks, Tony Dungy, Jim Harbaugh, which that's kind of surprising. He only played for 3 years, so I don't know how he got in there. Marshall Faulk, obviously, Edgerrin James, Marv, as I spoke on earlier, Eric Dickerson, Jeff Saturday, Bill Polian, Dwight Freeney, Reggie Wayne, Peyton Manning, Robert Mathis, Tariq Glenn, Dallas Clark. Like, when you name those names, especially when you hear all the offensive linemen named in there, you can't help but think Ryan Kelly's name deserves to go up there. You can't help but think T.Y. Hilton's name deserves to go up there. They produce at a high level at their positions in Indianapolis. And and if you're a Colts fan, if you're a millennial Colts fan, you think the way that I feel, that Andrew Luck and T.Y. Hilton were going to be the next Peyton and Marvin Harrison, the next dynamic duo to lead the Colts to the playoffs and possibly a Super Bowl. We all thought that. We all had that, wow, Andrew Luck has one of the best arms in the NFL. He can throw a beautiful deep ball. T.Y. Hilton is a deep ball threat, makes a lot of plays, gets in the end zone. If we have these two guys, we can replicate what happened before. And obviously, with Andrew Luck retiring, it kind of didn't go that way, but you still remember the memories, the games. They can't take that away from us. They took a little bit of our future, but as far as watching them progress, because they were in the same draft class, Andrew and T.Y., and I truly believe that if they would have stayed together for 10 years, we would view them the way we view like Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill or Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Like, they would have been considered one of the best dynamic duos in the NFL. But I do not think that T.Y. Hilton or Ryan Kelly are going to get their jerseys retired, because it just seems like if Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney and Reggie Wayne don't have their jerseys retired, it seems like it's going to be very tough for T.Y. and Ryan Kelly to get their jerseys retired. But if Tariq Glenn and Jeff Saturday and Jim Harbaugh are in the Ring of Honor, T.Y. Hilton and Ryan Kelly deserve to be in the Ring of Honor also. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. What are your favorite T.Y. Hilton memories? It's obviously a Texans game. Drop a comment, subscribe to the channel. Every Monday, 7 in the morning, we're dropping videos about the Colts. On season, off season, during the season, doesn't matter. We're dropping videos. So hit the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Go Colts.
Thanks for watching, babe. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.